The Herald and News.
Herald and News, your news now.
The Herald and News.
Empowering the community.
Basin Views.
Herald and News, your news now. Klamath Falls, Oregon.
The Herald and News.
Podcast. Empowering the community and serving the Klamath Basin. This is the Herald and News Basin Views podcast. Greetings and welcome to Basin Views, a Herald and News podcast featuring interviews with local experts discussing issues important to the Klamath Basin. I'm Kurt Lidke with the Herald and News. This week we are joined by Linda Tepper, business manager for the Crater Lake Klamath Regional Airport, here to discuss a wide range of issues related to aviation in the Klamath Basin. Linda, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
We will get into all kinds of aviation-related topics, but first I have to ask about the airport name itself, because how often each day do you have to correct people? Because people just call it the Klamath Airport, right? But it's the Crater Lake Regional Klamath Airport.
It is. And when I first started with the airport, it was the Klamath Falls International Airport. So then we dropped and became the Klamath Falls Airport just for concise purposes. And then a number of years ago, we actually went to the Crater Lake Klamath Regional Airport, which is quite the mouthful, but it was done to tie in with a major attraction we have here in Klamath County, which is the Crater Lake National Park, and to gain some additional tie-ins and traffic, hopefully, as people looked at planning to come visit that park, how they would get here and be able to use the airport to do so.
Well, before we delve into issues related to the airport ongoing right now, I always like to get a little bit of background on our guests. So could you tell us a little bit more about who Linda Tepper is?
Sure. So I grew up for the most part in Oregon, moved here when I was not yet 2, so I'm almost a native Oregonian. I grew up in the Willamette Valley, went to Oregon State University, and then on to Portland State University, where I got my MBA degree, and then moved down to Klamath Falls in '95. Oddly enough, my background is in animal science as an undergraduate degree, and then I have my business administration degree from Portland State. So I was looking for a job in agriculture, and unfortunately I didn't find one, but the airport department had a department secretarial position coming open, and my background, my father was a commercial airlines pilot for United Airlines for 35 plus years. So aviation is kind of second nature to our family. So it seemed a good fit. And I applied for it and received the position. And I've been there ever since, enjoying it immensely. It's a very exciting field, always something new going on. And I enjoy, interacting with the public and all the aspects of aviation that we encounter at our airport, from general aviation to usually commercial aviation and military as well.
Well, some of that roundabout stuff, my major in college was aeronautical science. And so I studied aviation, and now I'm a journalist. You studied animal science, and now you're in aviation. So however it works out, right?
Right.
So how did you go from animal science into being involved with the aviation industry?
So, like I said, when I moved down here to Klamath Falls, the airport department position came open, and it seemed a good fit for me with the background my family has in aviation. And I recognize that probably for myself, it's a certain skill set that I enjoy using. So it didn't matter the industry, whether it's agricultural, animal science, or aviation, or even medical. It was a certain skill set that I enjoyed using, which is organizational, business skills, communication, writing, and things like that. So I sort of happily took to the aviation field. And as I got more involved in it, really expanded the different types of duties that I was doing at the airport and became the business manager at that time.
So what does your role as a business manager entail for a public airport?
For our airport, since we are a small department, there is a staff of 6. There's the airport director, the operations manager, myself, the business manager, and then we have 3 operations maintenance positions that oversee the airfield upkeep. So for myself, I tell people that I pretty much manage all the paper that comes through the office. So everything from answering the phones to doing accounts payable, accounts receivable, to managing grants, to public relations, marketing. Those are all items that I take on a daily basis. I'm also in charge of some of the regulatory items that we are responsible for doing at the airport when it comes to the FAA for annual reports, to meet our regulatory or our grant assurances that we have through the FAA. So a lot of paperwork.